everybody. Hello and welcome. As always, I am Sean. This is In the Mixer, episode number 33 of our Pentagon challenge. If you haven't gone and checked out the earlier episodes from this week, please go and watch them. They'll bring you up to date with the season, how it's going so far, and how we're tracking in our African Champions League journey. We've got a little bit to recap and 2 games to bring you today as well at the quarterfinal stage. So let's jump straight in and see how we've gotten on. So first and foremost, looking at the league table, just above my head up there, you can see we are still sitting top of the division. 23 games played, plus 60 goal difference, 61 points, which is 14 points clear of the second place Kaiser Chiefs, who did, funnily enough, beat us in the last episode. If you haven't gone and watched that one already, sorry for the spoilers. We did lose to them in a cup final, but we are still on track at the moment for an unprecedented quadruple in South Africa as well. Of course, the one that they knocked us out of is sitting there looming a little bit large, but we're through to the quarterfinal stage of the South African FA Cup as well. We'll play Orlando Pirates, who we do actually have a pretty good record against, at least in my time managing the side. We are comfortable as far as the Premier League is concerned as well. Still undefeated in that competition, 19 wins and 4 draws for our 23 games. We haven't actually got that many remaining. So 7 more games, most of which I think we can win. That last game of the season against Kaiser Chiefs looms pretty large, but otherwise I think we can actually get through the season as an invincible side in the league anyway. We'll see how the rest of the cup competitions go. But that does bring us to our opposition for the Champions League quarterfinal. Stade Malien is how I'm going to go with. They are from Mali, which we don't see a lot of. They've got this phenomenal crocodile on the logo, 3 crocodiles, I think, or alligators. I'm actually not sure what they have in Africa. If you do know, let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know if I butchered the pronunciation of this team. It looks like they've got an all right lineup. Nothing particularly interesting or intimidating. They're not on a huge bunch of wage. They are a professional club, which I thought was interesting. They have one ACL title from 2036, so they've got a good record in this competition. But I would be thinking we can get beyond them. And I'd be thinking we can carry on into the semi-final stage, into the final stage. So it was only 2 seasons ago that they won it. And they actually beat the Kaiser Chiefs on penalties in that particular season. So they're not going to be terrible, but I think we can get past them. We do have the away leg up first. We've got nearly a full squad to pick from. Malazi, our starting right back, is out injured. He gets ridiculous injuries every season, it feels like. Broken ankle this time around, so he's out for another 3 months. Unlikely to see him again throughout the course of this season. Nyalek is also suspended, so Magagula will come back in central defence there. We've also got Sebakulu filling in at right back just because of that Malati injury. Otherwise, it's going pretty well. We have got a couple of players departing at the end of the season, but if we win the Champions League, we're going to be departing ourselves anyway, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Of course, if we don't win the Champions League, we will carry on next season and we will try and go and bring in replacements to get ourselves even stronger. But otherwise, the squad's really good. Still got a bunch of 19 and 20-year-olds that are like key players and potentially going to be 5-star players in this squad. We've got a great and growing short list of players that are playing internationally, South African internationals, or nationals, I should say, playing in international club competitions, most of which are starting to kind of like come around to the idea of coming and playing with us for a little bit. That's good progress. We had nobody that was interested 12 months ago, so we are continuing to grow and develop. Transfer budget's healthy. We are healthily under our wage budget. Finances are dropping off a little bit. I'm not sure what that's about because I'm not spending that much money, though I did do this past season quite a few different contract upgrades. Maybe that's having an impact. But otherwise, things are going fantastically well, and we're going to continue to get revenue in as we win each of these competitions each season. So really happy with how things are going. We are away from home, so I think we're going to go with our possession-based style, play a little bit deeper, try and catch them a bit more on the counter-attack in this first leg, and then we'll switch to our more aggressive attacking style in the second leg once we've got that home fixture. But nothing really else to do other than jump into the game itself and really get ourselves, hopefully, in a commanding position in the first leg of this tie. And as the game kicks off, we're going to keep an eye on the other results as well. Orlando Pirates are playing CS SVAC, so I think are from the Ivory Coast. Chippy United already a goal up against Al Ali from Egypt, and Hearts of Oak, who were in our group playing against ASEC Mimosas over in the other fixture. So 3 South African sides still in the final 8 of the competition. There is, I think, pretty likely potential that we run into one of the other South African teams at some point in the semi-finals or potentially the final itself. First highlight here, we have recovered possession in a good spot, and McKay has turned on halfway. Got quite a bit to do, a few defenders on him, and it's just gone out there for the goal kick. I thought maybe potentially we were going to get a penalty there for a second. We are through 30 minutes, just that one highlight to come, but there is another one here. Possession with the opposition at halfway. I should just call them the Crocodiles moving forward because I'm going to forget their name every time. But it's a good little play here at the base of midfield. They've definitely got 2 low blocks at the base of their midfield. The only real width is coming. Oh, it's a good ball in there. Mutlong does very well to come out and claim, and goes a long ball forward to Lakay, who brings Layla in over on this right-hand side. Cuts inside, wants to get it back on his left. Square ball to Holongwa, and it's gone in via Lakay. We're going to check this one out in 3 dimensions. I actually thought this was a strike from Longwa from distance, but it looks like the striker may have gotten a little touch on it. Layla's great run here really kind of builds that one for us. Longwa puts a ball in, and yeah, I think it was a strike that was maybe going wide, and Lakay just gets a little touch on it to defer it back on target, and we take a 1-goal advantage, and our demand more shout has just gone through. With 10 minutes remaining in the half, we are in a very good position heading into the halftime break, and there is a highlight here as well, starting from a throw-in deep on our right-hand side. Rabalele now with the ball, switches it out to Longwa on the left-hand side. Shalembe, a good reverse pass to Lakay, who goes for the strike from distance. Maybe could have taken his time. I think he had more time and space to pick a better spot than that. But at half-time, 1-0 up, things going very well. No highlights that we've seen as yet for the opposition. I'm just going to say I'm happy with your performance so far. We're not going to worry too much about expectations and goal difference and all that sort of stuff. I just want to get a good result and a good performance. Layla here in possession, switch out to Longwa, cut back to Lakay again, and again the drive from the edge of the area, just over the crossbar. Right, we're through the hour mark now, so we're going to hit pause, and we are pretty convincingly on top as far as match stats is concerned, so I'm going to leave the tactic the way that it is in that possession-based style. Magagula has a bit of a knock, so we're going to take him off for Godfrey Brooks, who is leaving at the end of the season, but we'll give him some additional time. Otherwise, we just want to focus on condition. Sitol will have to play through the game because Nyalek is suspended, and he'd usually fill in at that number 6 spot. But we can give Shembele a bit of a break. We'll bring on Garcia for him. And then in midfield, Rabalele's not doing too badly, actually. I might give Layla a bit of a spell. We'll move Lakay out to the right-hand side, and we'll get Dusimo Parker out there on the pitch just to see if he can work a bit of his quality in the last few minutes. And as this game gets stretched, he's the sort of player that we want getting on the ball and trying to find that additional space in behind their defence. Other fixtures, Orlando Pirates have just taken a lead in their match. Chippy United 3-0 up against Al Ali, and 0-0 in the Hearts of Oak ASEC Mimosas match. So some interesting results. 3 additional minutes to be added on here, which we're through now. This game has rocketed by. And would I have taken 1-0 at the start of it? I guess it's a good result and a good performance. It's something to try and defend at home, which is great. I'm just going to say well done, lads. Good win for us. I feel like maybe, based on the stats that we saw, and certainly the highlights we saw, we maybe could have added a couple more goals, but I will not complain as long as we get through to the semi-final stage. Magagula's got a pulled groin. That's fine. We're not going to worry too much about that. And Masen Dewana win against Stade Malien Sitol with an 8.1 match rating and 112 completed passes. Gets the Man of the Match award there at the base of midfield. I can say he was superb in the last time out, and he was. He was fantastic. Now, we do have 3 days before a game against Orlando Pirates in the SA Cup quarterfinal, and then a 2-day gap before the game or the second leg at home. We're going to play this Orlando Pirates game off screen, but I'm going to utilise a rest day just to try and get our starting 11 fully fit and ready to go for the next match. Nyaleka thankfully can come back in, so we'll get our first choice central defensive partnership, but I'm going to give all of those starting players just 1 day's rest before we try and force them back through this cup game and then the second leg. But magic of editing when you jump forward to the second leg now. All right, welcome back. So we did actually win that. It took extra time, but we did win against Orlando Pirates in that cup fixture in midweek. But we are now at the second leg for the game against Stade Malien or Malion or whatever you would say. I don't know. I'm not French. But we've got pretty much full squad to pick from again, so we will go with an unchanged lineup. We are going to make that tactical tweak, though. We're going to go a little bit more attacking, a little bit more aggressive in our press now that we're playing at home, and let's really try and set down a bit of a marker. If we get an early goal here, I think we do effectively kill off the tie. And we are in possession here. Reverse pass was nearly there for Shalembe, but now come forward the Crocodiles. Tunkara, left-hand side here. Keita had an overlapping runner, but instead goes out the other side. Kone to Gabba. Overlapping fullback looking to try and join in with the play. Just stand him up, boys. It's cleared away well, but only as far as their defensive line. Cisse switches out there. Sebekulo wins it back in a great spot. Halela switch out now to Shalembe. Great in 1v1 situations. Cuts it back to Lakay. Edge of the area. Falls to Rabalele. We get the goal. End-to-end stuff there. Inside 5 minutes. We're a goal up. We are ahead now 2-0 on aggregate with an away goal in hand. Look at how full the stadium is. Looks absolutely fantastic. And this is just full-flowing attacking football. I thought Shalembe had played a pass there. He actually didn't. He had a strike and it deflected to Rabalele. So a little bit fortunate, but still an excellent goal and an excellent finish to get us on our way. Keep an eye on other games. Orlando have just taken a lead in their match, so you'd assume they're going to make it through to the semi-finals as well. Chipper United, of course, carrying a big goal advantage into their second leg. You would assume they're going to probably make it through into the Final Four as well. Who joins them? Still a bit of a mystery. Ball cleared forward here. Ledwaba's going to get there first. Sitol, Sebekulu tries a reverse pass. It probably wasn't there, to be honest. Rabalele goes for the switch that also probably wasn't there. Nolapo should recover. Good switch out to Layla. Now Longwa pulled left, finds Shalembe near post. It's a second goal, 26 minutes in, and we are, surely you'd think, cruising on into the semi-finals at this point. Crocodiles had no bite, funnily enough. Who would have thought, hey? Here's the good ball in from Longwa, just near post. Shalembe peels off his marker. Even if he hadn't struck the ball there, he had Lakay wide open and square towards the penalty spot. So I think we would have probably found the back of the net. But let's throw a demand washout in there. 10 minutes remaining in the half. Long ball forward here from the goal kick. Ledwaba just sends it straight back. Lakay can't quite get there. Traore comes out and claims in the Crocodile goal. Switch out there to the left wasn't quite on. We have given them possession back. And as good as we've been so far, we don't really want to let them back into the match here at any point or give them even a glimmer of hope. Gabba, overlapping fullback, forward to Tunkara, and they have pulled the goal back. So this is going to make it interesting. We haven't actually conceded that many goals throughout the course of our African Champions League campaign. I think we only conceded one in the group stages, and even that was a penalty. Ball forward here to Tunkara. He brings it down. Ledwaba just kept him on side when he didn't need to. The run and the defensive line was sitting more around the 18-yard box. For whatever reason, he's dropped off. He just gives him a glimmer of hope. That one shot, one on target, 0.59 XG. It looms large. We will see how we rally in the second half as we enter first half stoppage time. So at half time, we are 2-1 up, 8 shots, 5 on target, 1.63 XG and 55% possession for the Crocodiles. 1 shot, 1 on target, 0.59 XG and 45% of the ball. I'm going to say things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. I'm going to tell the defence that I believe in them, then they can make the difference. And hopefully that is enough to carry us on through. As we always do, though, we'll look at subs around the hour mark based entirely on conditioning because we're playing that pressing style in this attacking instruction. Layla went on a great run there, but could only put the drive straight at the goalkeeper. Looks like we have carried off, at least statistically speaking, pretty much the same way we did in the first half. I'm going to hit pause, though, here on the hour mark. Let's have a look at these changes. And sorting by condition, Sebekulu needs a bit of a spell, so bring on Godfrey Brooks. Lapo could use a spell. Bring on Nyandu, who is working his way back from a long-term injury. And then they're saying Longwa hasn't played particularly well. I'm thinking I might do this differently. We might move Shalembe over to the right-hand side. We might take off Layla and bring on Garcia or Parker. That's the challenge. Let's go with Parker. He's chipped in with a variety of big goal contributions throughout the course of the year. I think he deserves a spot. Not that Garcia doesn't, but Garcia at the moment, his contract's up at the end of next season. He won't sign a new one, so I'm not playing favourites. I'm just thinking long-term with the team. Probably more long-term than I need to, given this is a Pentagon challenge. I'm probably going to depart at the end of the season. Brooks here with the throw-in, fresh sub, getting in the overlap here on the right-hand side. Finds Rabalele, who's gotten through a ton of running, it must be said. And in possession there, the Crocodiles didn't go flying forward. They have just played that long ball there, but they're not super fast in their transitions. Zangare to Keita. Good pressing midfield. Now over to the right-hand side, Gabba, who's gotten through a lot of overlapping running. Parker wins it back in a great area. Forward to Lakay. Got a lot of work to do on the left, and he goes for the drive from distance. He's been shooting from further and further out the longer this game's gone on. I'm going to throw a demand washout here with 10 minutes remaining, because if they get an equalising goal, it will set it up to basically knock us out of the competition, which would be devastating. Cut back there towards Longwa. That should seal it. 3-1 on the day, 4-1 on aggregate. It's a wonderful play again from Longwa, who I think gets his second assist. Longwa scored, but similar area to where he got his assist earlier for Shalembe. Parker just cuts it back towards a penalty spot. Longwa with a perfectly timed run on his favoured left foot, slides it back across the goalkeeper. An excellent, excellent finish. And that should, you would think, pretty much secure our spot in the Final Four. Mimosas have taken a lead against Hearts of Oak, Al Ali and Chipper United playing out a 1-1 draw. That should be enough for the South African side to get through as well. But full time, 4-1 on aggregate, 3-1 on the day. I'm going to say I'm happy with how the tie went, and everybody's responded positively, which is exactly what we need. Longwa actually gets the Man of the Match award. You can see here, stuff's come in for Garcia. We're going to reject both of those because I don't want him to leave just yet. Sundown Under-19s have won the league. Congrats to them. We've got an Orlando Pirates in the Champions League final. So it's going to be an all South African affair, starting with the home leg at our ground, which should make it nice and interesting. And those games actually come relatively quickly. So we've only got 2 games for the league itself that we're going to play off screen. And we're going to jump pretty much straight back in. It's Friday today. I'll give you guys a special weekend episode. We'll go with the Sunday episode and I'll bring you guys these games against Orlando Pirates. Mainly just because I kind of want to get them done myself a little bit, if that makes sense. And we will see. This is a team that has given us trouble in the past, but lately we have been pretty much on top. You can see we actually came into the club way further down. These 2037 fixtures, I think, are roughly when we took over. Maybe not that first one, but you can see since that time we have done relatively well against them. I think it was kind of around this area because they did knock us out of a couple of cups early on. So maybe we did start closer to the end of 2036, maybe. I could be wrong. You guys can tell me. You guys are fantastic historians in the comment section below. But yeah, up and down. But we are, if you just look at those dates, I think we're just ahead of them in the head-to-head stakes, or it could be even. But we did beat them last time out during the course of midweek, so I think we can do it again across 2 legs in the Champions League. But you guys will have to tune in to see exactly how we get on. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is the part that I appreciate more than anything. If you do want to support this channel a little bit further, if you do want to help celebrate us getting through to the semi-finals of the African Champions League, please drop a like on this video. It helps us get higher in YouTube search results when people look for Football Manager content. You can also subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on all of our future videos. And if you want to see more of me, all the fantastic people I work with at the Reserve Team, and learn more about Australian and New Zealand football, check out Reserve Team on YouTube and at reserveteam.com.au. Links are in the description below. But more than anything, as always, I just appreciate you watching along. I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the mixer.